You just matched. Or you just signed your first attending contract. And for the first time in your adult life, you actually have money. Not just "I can finally pay rent" money. Real money. But here's the problem. Nobody taught you what to do with it. Not in med school, not in residency, not during any of those 80-hour weeks. So today, I'm going to fix that. Here's exactly how physicians should invest their first $100,000, step by step. Doctors are some of the highest earners in the country, but we're also some of the worst investors, at least early on. Why? Because we start late, we graduate with 6 figures of debt, we spend our 20s training while our classmates in finance are already compounding wealth. Then, the moment we start earning real income, we get hit from every direction. Financial advisors, whole life insurance salespeople, real estate seminars, crypto tips from a co-resident. It's overwhelming. And the worst move? Doing nothing. Letting that first $100K sit in a savings account while inflation quietly eats it alive. So let's cut through the noise. 5 steps. That's it. Step 1. Destroy high-interest debt. First, before you invest a single dollar, look at what you owe. Not all debt is created equal. Federal student loans at 6-7%? We'll come back to those. Credit card debt at 20% plus? That is your first investment. Paying off a 22% APR credit card is the equivalent of earning a guaranteed 22% return. No index fund can promise you that. So if you're carrying high-interest consumer debt, eliminate it first. Full stop. Now, federal student loans are a different conversation. With income-driven repayment plans and potential PSLF forgiveness, many physicians are better off investing aggressively while making minimum loan payments. Run your numbers. Use a student loan calculator. Talk to a financial advisor who specializes in physicians. But the rule is simple. High-interest debt before investing, always. Step 2. Build your emergency fund. I know. This sounds boring, but hear me out. Physicians get sued. Contracts fall through. Hospitals downsize. Life happens. You need a financial cushion that lets you make calm decisions, not desperate ones. The target? 3 to 6 months of living expenses, sitting in a high-yield savings account. Not in the market. Not in crypto. Liquid. Accessible. Boring on purpose. If you're an attending making $300,000 a year and your monthly expenses are $8,000, you need roughly $24,000 to $48,000 set aside before you invest aggressively. This fund is your permission slip to take investment risk everywhere else. Skip this step, and one bad month can unravel your entire strategy. Step 3. Max out tax-advantaged accounts. This is where physicians leave serious money on the table. Here's the thing about a high physician salary. You are going to get taxed hard. The antidote? Tax-advantaged accounts. Start here, 401k or 403b. Contribute the maximum, currently $23,000 per year if you're under 50. If your employer offers a match, that is free money. Take every dollar of it. Roth IRA, you may be above the income limit to contribute directly, but there's a legal workaround called the Backdoor Roth IRA. Contribute to a traditional IRA, then convert it. Done. $7,000 per year growing tax-free. HSA, Health Savings Account. If you have a high-deductible health plan, this is the most tax-efficient account in existence. Contributions are pre-tax. Growth is tax-free. Withdrawals for medical expenses are tax-free. Triple tax advantage. Max it out. If you're self-employed or have a 1099 side income, a solo 401k or SEP IRA can let you shelter significantly more, sometimes $60,000 or more per year. The goal is simple. Max your tax-advantaged space before a single dollar goes into a taxable brokerage account. Step 4. Invest simply and consistently. Okay. Emergency fund? Done. Tax accounts? Maxed. Now you invest. And here's where I want to save you from yourself. You do not need a complicated portfolio. You do not need to time the market. You do not need 15 different funds, REITs, commodities, and a commodities hedge. The evidence is overwhelming. Most actively managed funds underperform a simple index fund over 10 years. Here's a simple research-backed starting point. A 3-fund portfolio. U.S. Total Stock Market Index Fund, International Stock Market Index Fund, U.S. Bond Index Fund. The allocation depends on your age, risk tolerance, and timeline. As a rough starting point, many physicians in their 30s are comfortable with something like 80% stocks, 20% bonds, then gradually shift more conservative as they approach retirement. Invest in a low-cost brokerage, Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab. Keep expense ratios under 0.1%. And the most important thing? Stay consistent. Automate your contributions. Invest every month regardless of what the market is doing. Time in the market beats timing the market. Every single time. Step 5. Protect what you're building. This step gets skipped constantly. Don't skip it. You are your most valuable financial asset. Think about it. If you're a cardiologist or a surgeon earning $400,000 a year, your future earning potential over a 30-year career is in the tens of millions of dollars. What protects that? Own occupation disability insurance. This is non-negotiable for physicians. It pays if you can't perform your specific medical specialty, even if you could technically work in another field. Get it while you're young and healthy. Premiums are lower. Insurability isn't guaranteed. Term life insurance. If anyone depends on your income, a spouse, children, aging parents, you need coverage. 20 to 30-year term policies are typically affordable for physicians in good health. Liability protection. Make sure your malpractice coverage is solid. As your wealth grows, an umbrella insurance policy adds another layer of protection. Investing without protection is building a house without a foundation. Here's your checklist for the first $100,000. Pay off any high-interest debt over 7 to 8%, build a 3-6-month emergency fund in a high-yield savings account, max your 401k or 403b. Get every employer match dollar, do the Backdoor Roth IRA, $7,000 per year, open and max your HSA, if eligible. Invest remaining funds in a simple, low-cost index fund portfolio. Get own occupation disability insurance. Get term life insurance if you have dependents. That's it. No complicated strategies, no hot stock tips, no whole life insurance pitch. Just a clear, evidence-based framework, built for the way physicians actually live. If this was helpful, hit like and subscribe. Every week on this channel, we break down the financial topics that nobody teaches in medical school, but every physician needs to know. Your future self will thank you. Disclaimer: this content is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial or investment advice. Always consult a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions.